What are the uncommonly known traits of Leo? And I'm going to tell you the first one straight away. And this is that they study everyone around them. Now, why do Leos study everyone around them? And why is this uncommonly known? The reason why is because what is known is that they're very competitive. They're naturally competitive people. They don't like to lose. They don't like to feel less. And I'm not saying that they're doing it just to like boost their ego, or they're doing it just to kind of like, make themselves feel better, whatever. They are just naturally competitive because they want to be leaders and they want to be as great as they possibly can. So that means they have to study everybody around them in terms of all their good traits and all their bad traits. They're very astute in realizing what people can do and can't do, because if they need to compete, they want to know if this person is competition for them in certain areas, in certain fields, in certain traits that they have themselves. So they must always study everyone, and they're very sharp at doing it. And the thing is, most people don't even know that they're doing it. People don't tend to see that they look at people like this, that they assess people like this, but they're always assessing. It's very subtle the way Leo do it, for sure. Number two, great money management. Leos are underrated in terms of their money management skills. They all, like, I'm not saying that they can't overspend it and they can't be impulsive and splash money, but their money management, they understand how to utilize money very well. They know what to do, what not to do, because there's a pride about Leo. You know, I'm sure everybody knows that they have that Leo pride, and them to be in a scenario that is kind of puts them in a bad scenario, their pride can't take it, their ego can't handle it. So they will have to always make sure that they're in a certain money type of situation, and it varies obviously between each individual Leo. But for sure, they're not going to overdo things, oversplash too much to the point where they're in a situation that looks shameful, because their pride can't handle the shame. So this is another uncommonly known trait. Natural performers. Leos just know how to perform in any sort of scenario. Doesn't matter what the scenario may be. Doesn't matter if it's just you and someone else, in the house doing something, helping something. They're going to perform to their best because they're natural performers. They don't want people to view them as somebody who can't get the job done or who is not solid in how they do things. So, this is like the higher echelons of public speaking, singing, dancing, acting, all of this type of stuff. Natural performance. They just know how to bring out the best to impress, because they love to impress people, for sure. And yeah, they're good at performing, for sure. Very sensitive. Now, this sensitivity doesn't come out in the same way, but they are one of, if not the most sensitive, because it's that pride, it's that ego, it's that, you know, you have to treat me in a certain way, and if you disrespect me, or if you look at me in a certain way or act towards me in a certain way, my pride is going to hit, my ego is going to hit, and therefore that triggers a sensitivity in them. Now, it's not to mean that they're going to respond like being upset and crying and this, that, and the other. It doesn't necessarily mean that. But sometimes they respond sarcastically, sometimes they respond direct with you, sometimes they respond by punishing you in other ways, but they hold on to what you say about them or how you've made them feel, and they're probably going to respond in a certain way. Sometimes, obviously, there are the types that are like highly emotional and everything like that, and they display their emotions. But you can't really openly disrespect a Leo without some sort of repercussion. That's how sensitive they are. They're not going to let it slide. No way, no chance. It's not going to happen. Number 5 is high sex drive. Now, why is it that they have the high sex drive? Because Leo is all about creativity. And creativity, the highest form of any human being, creativity is creating a child. So that type of creativity is what drives Leo, to be honest with you. And also it's the attention, it's the performance, but it's also the attention. I'm sure most of you know that Leos love attention. So giving somebody attention in that form of intimacy will actually really makes them feel good about themselves. So it's that drive that pushes them. It's also their natural levels of creativity that push them. It's their natural vitality, because the vitality is like a real high indication. Like a healthy person, if you're healthy, it's a high indication that if you have a high sex drive, you're very, very healthy. And Leos rule vitality. So this is again something that covers under the Leo umbrella of their high sex drive and everything like that about Leo. So these are some of the uncommon traits of Leo, and I'm actually doing readings which are basically destination readings, and I can indicate, if you tell me your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign, I can indicate exactly where you can live to actually thrive or be comfortable, or whatever you desire, whatever type of environment you need to live. If you go onto my TikTok page and go onto my website, then you can find that, and it's only £8. I'm doing it very cheap for you to know exactly where you need to be, because sometimes, the way I see it, the environment really makes you who you are. And if you're in the right environment, you're going to become the right person. If you're in the wrong environment, 8 times out of 10, you're not going to become the right person for sure. So let me know if you're interested, and I'll be there waiting for you. Take care.